All right, what's up, guys? So this is a little bit of a different video today. Y'all are used to us posting over and over and over again, and we get a lot of comments like, "Well, what happens to these people? What about this? What about that?" And today, first of all, we post updates all the time on our locals, but today we're going to go over a few people that we do have updates on that we want to share that were kind of notable to us in 2023 and even this year. So first off, we're going to list 5 people who either have been convicted at this point or have been arrested or going through the court process. We're just going to give you all some updates on some pretty notable people. We're going to start with Robert from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. He was the elementary school worker who we caught in January of 2023 with trying to go after a decoy and with some pretty young illegal images on his computer. And he's since been convicted. He got convicted in like December of 2023. He's currently, he got sentenced to over 75 years worth of penalties, but unfortunately, the plea deal he agreed to, they're all running concurrent. Concurrent means that, yeah, it's 75 years of charges, but they're all running at the same time. So he had 15, 15, 15, 15, 15. Those are all being served at once rather than he does this 15, he does that 15. So unfortunately, he's only getting like 15 years, and it should be more. I think he had a lot more than than what was uncovered in the video. However, it's still a win. Kicking the can 15 years down the road is better than not kicking the can at all. With that being said, his video, as y'all know, is on EnvyCap. So another update we wanted to give y'all, I don't know how many of you guys found us on Instagram or whatever. The person who printed out his own chat logs, Brett in North Carolina, as y'all know in the video, he did not get cuffed or anything like that. He did get interviewed by the cops. The cops showed up and everything. They did a good job. They took all of his stuff. So earlier this month, in February, Brett got arrested on 10 counts of second-degree sexual exploitation of a minor in North Carolina. That's just another word for CP. And his bond was at $500,000. And it looks like he might come from some money. It was paid. He's currently out on bond, but he ended up getting arrested, not in the video, but 2 months after the video was posted. So that's why I want to kind of update y'all. Like, the video doesn't get posted. If they don't go in cuffs, it doesn't just go away. Very often they get arrested after the video, even months. So Brett is currently not facing a good rest of his life. He's only 24 years old, and to already be in this situation, not looking good for him. And I hope the legal system does the job and hopefully turns it into the justice system. But anyway, on to the next guy. Okay, so the third person we're going to get into is Dominic from Gettysburg, Pennsylvania. A lot of y'all may know him as the babysitter. He's the person we interviewed him for like 3 hours, and he confessed to just the most heinous things you probably heard on this channel. A 3-year-old boy that he did stuff to, and many other things. So he initially got arrested for possession of, of illegal images. This was like a month after we confronted him in December. And so far, as of yesterday, he's had his preliminary hearing. He has not been charged with any type of yet. However, I think those charges are coming because from what I understand, the victims have been identified. So now it's just I think it's a matter of when, not if. So he waived his preliminary hearing. Meaning, waiving a preliminary hearing is basically there's evidence of a crime. We're not even going to waste our time with this. A preliminary hearing, basically, you have to prove to a judge, the prosecution has to prove to a judge that evidence of a crime occurred. And it doesn't have to be exactly solid. It just has to be probable cause a crime occurred. So Dominic agreed to waive his preliminary hearing because obviously there's probable cause a crime occurred. He admitted it on camera, and his phone speaks for itself, what was on there. Very, very dark stuff. So he's currently going through the court process, and we have hilarious text messages of him to, let's just say, an ex-friend of his. And oh, it's so funny. I mean, just the amount of squirming that's going on, just because he knows that his freedom is pretty much over. Those chats are on locals. They are so funny. You got to see them all. And so, yeah, just join in the pinned comment if you want to see kind of the well-deserved panic of of his life now after he's terrorized all those people. Anyway, on to the next one. Okay, so number 4, Kevin from Jewel, Iowa. We get asked this all the time, like, what's happening with him? What's this? Because he's the guy who's actively doing stuff to his own daughter when we approached him. So Kevin did not get arrested on the spot, as you'll know in the video. He kind of just got escorted into the cop car, went to the PD. However, like, I think the cop did an excellent job because that was just building further rapport with Kevin. Obviously you guys don't see me being aggressive with anybody. And I mean, sometimes if I lose it, but most of the time I don't. And the cop, I think, had the same idea. Just kind of say, hey, buddy, it's okay. We can go talk about it. So he did a great job. So 2 months later, we approached him in October. 2 months later, he got arrested in December. And an update on him is that he actually has pled not guilty. And he has trial coming up April 9th. So I'm expecting a subpoena. We'll see what happens. But I mean, he's facing up to 55 years in prison from all the charges. So I hope he gets that and more. I think it can only be that, but I hope they don't let their foot up off the gas with this guy. He's definitely a monster. So yeah, he has trial April 9th. For whatever reason, he pled not guilty after claiming to be apologetic about everything. She just goes to show you these people have no remorse and never change. All right, gonna get into number 5. So I decided midway through this video, we're actually going to do six updates. So I want to update y'all on Timothy from Missouri. Timothy's the guy who instantly confessed everything on the phone to his wife before I even got a word into him. We met him in the Walmart. It was in St. Robert, Missouri. And he just gets on the phone with his wife, has verbal diarrhea, and I'm just sitting there recording it. So he pled guilty to a sentence of 5 to life. What that sentence is going to be, we don't know yet. I actually got to go testify April 9th. Yes, the same day as Kevin Cook's trial. That's probably going to be a conflict of interest. I don't have that sorted out yet. He has a sentencing hearing April 9th, and I'm going to have to be at that. And they're going to determine whether they give him as far as life or if they just give him 5 years. And I think it's going to be closer to life than 5 years. The prosecutor definitely doesn't like him. She's a real badass, and yeah, I sense a flame on his butt. So, yep, that's an update on Timothy. He's been convicted since we caught him a year ago. So, last and certainly not least is Mark, the middle school teacher in the San Antonio area. He worked for Judson ISD. He, as of yesterday, has officially been convicted and sentenced. This is the longest sentence that we've ever been a part of. Jeffrey in Las Vegas, for those of you who know that video, he got 20 to life. We were a part of that as well. But Mark, he got straight up 131 years in prison. And he's not eligible for parole until he's 60 years old. He's 28 now, and I think he's going to get a very long time in there. I don't know if he'll ever make it out. So the middle school teacher got 131 years. So I had to testify at that. They showed the video in court and everything. I got the privilege of reading his chat logs to the jury. So freaking funny. So as y'all know, he was actually out on bond when we caught him. So he was caught with, illegal images in 2022. He bonds out, and then we get him in 2023 going after our fake 14-year-old. And I noticed he had an account called another app, and we quiz him about that, and he admits to possessing and trading illegal images again. So he got sentenced for his first set of charges in 2022. They're not going to try him in trial for the charge that we got in 2023. He did not take a plea deal on anything that was offered, so that's why he got the 131 years. And the reason they're not trying him on our charges is because they used our evidence and the evidence the detectives subsequently got from his phone after we got him arrested for the punishment phase of his first trial. So as y'all know, you guys hear they get slaps on the wrist all the time, which is true, they do. So the first time, if he was just caught with CP, I'm guessing he'd probably get a couple years, maybe even just probation. But since he was caught a second time by us, they used that evidence and showed the jury, and yes, they even showed the jury the CP on his phone again and all that type of stuff. They showed the jury that as soon as he was out, he started doing it again. So the jury took no mercy on him. And because of that second time he was caught, they went very hard on him for the first time. And he got 131 years. So he got 21 felony counts. 20 of them were 6 years apiece. One of them was 11 years. And they got him on all of those. And they're not concurrent. So concurrent, as y'all know, means all at the same time. So he would have had 11 years if it was concurrent. But since he obviously showed a very bad pattern of behavior, the judge gave him all of those consecutive. So that's 6 years, 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 all the way up to 20, and then another 11 years on top of that. So I don't think he's going to survive 131 years in prison. But that is our longest sentence we've been a part of to date. And I mean, what a freaking honor. I mean, this guy was a middle school teacher and monster. No remorse for anything either. So as y'all know, we like to say we travel the most and catch the sickest. These people that we caught, that we just went over, were scattered across Oklahoma, North Carolina, Iowa, Missouri, Pennsylvania, and Texas. And these are just 6 out of, God, I don't even know how many catches we have at this point. So if you want to support what we do, go to Locals in the pinned comment. We post updates way more often than we do on YouTube, obviously. I mean, this is stuff that Locals already knew a while ago that I just said. Go to Locals in the pinned comment. You can see 70 videos early and uncensored. And, I mean, that's how you can support what we do. I mean, we're not just screwing around. You know, we're not just on camera and just like, oh, when the camera turns off, we stop caring. No, we're helping get people sentenced to 131 years in prison. We're helping get people $500,000 bonds. We're helping actual people doing this in person, physically, to young kids get in trouble. I mean, we're not screwing around with this, and we can only do this with your support. So please go to the pinned comment, support us on Locals. 70 videos early and uncensored, tons of updates. Most live catches are streamed on there as well. So if you want to see us do this live, go on Locals, exclusive phone calls, and you know, as we said with like Dominic for example. I mean, hilarious, just behind the scenes stuff, like messages to his ex-friend. We even have jail phone calls from the couple that we caught in University City. God, I should have added them in the update video. Maybe we'll do another one in a couple months. But yeah, tons of stuff on there. Pinned comment, join up. And if you're still watching at this point, if you use the promo code UPDATE, you can get your first month free of Local. So use the promo code UPDATE. And we're only going to have 200 of them. So join up, use that promo code UPDATE get your first month free. Help us out and, you know, enjoy all the updates and content. Thank y'all so much for watching. We'll resume regularly scheduled programming on the next video, but I just wanted to kind of do something a little bit different. And yeah, just let y'all know that when the cameras turn off, we don't stop caring. So appreciate y'all. Leave a like, join Locals, pinned comment.